disqualification clause in the contract. The titles are at stake. First of all, making their way to ringside, weighing in a combined weight of 446 pounds. Here is the team of Tommy Wildfire Rich and Steve Armstrong. And ladies and gentlemen, their opponents are the champions. They weigh in at a combined weight of 463 pounds. Here are the champions, the team of Luscious Robert Fuller and gorgeous Jimmy Golden.
Minding my own business. Now he looks me up and he looks me down and he says, hey man, what be this and what be that? And why you gotta look like that? Well, I just looked at him, I kind of laughed. I said, hey man, I am cool. I am the breed.
This is no disqualification. Anything goes, and brother, that's exactly what they're putting it to right now. It was interesting to note that, according to my information, the rather portly gentleman who accompanied Golden and Fuller to the ring is Dr. Love. Apparently, he is a physician and a trained cut expert, be it in boxing, football, wrestling, or what have you. And in lieu of what's happened in the past, apparently Fuller and Golden decided that they needed some extra help from that regard. But right now, we've got a wild Pier Sixer going on. Steve Armstrong jammed into those turnbuckles. And now Fuller and Golden taking full advantage of the situation. Tag is made. Roy George, the referee. Armstrong off the ropes, caught. Boot to the midsection. All right. Armstrong jammed into the knee of Luscious Robert Fuller, and now Fuller putting that size 12 into the midsection of Steve Armstrong. Tommy Wildfire Rich needs to tag. Stunning blow to the side of the head. Then a shoulder jam to the midsection. Off the rope. Ooh, brother. Robert Fuller was a step ahead that time. And that was not meant to be a pun, by the way. Golden and Fuller using their boots very effectively. Bear in mind, once again, this is a no disqualification match. This means literally that anything goes, and brother, it is right now. And you can hear the thousands jamming Boutwell Auditorium saying, go, Steve, go. And brother, he uncorked a right hand that time. Irish whip reversal. And Armstrong catches him right at the belt line. Golden is down. Tommy Wildfire Rich charges the ring, and Rich exploding with everything that he's got. Tommy Rich catches them both again. And he's going for the belt line as well, a good high knee lift. Fuller outside the ring and Rich right after him. Moved right around Dr. Love. Wait a second. Wait a minute. What is Love doing out there? Well, he's a tape man, but I've never seen this. Hey, wait a minute. He's taping those feet together. Dr. Love is taping the feet together of Tommy Wildfire Rich. And he's got him trapped in those ring ropes. Meanwhile, they've got Steve Armstrong at their complete mercy. And now, Fuller pounding away at the head. It's no disqualification, and I hesitate to keep bringing that up, except that this was the match that was agreed upon. No disqualification. As unfair as this may seem, and Rich cannot get away from those ropes. He is trapped. Rich trying gamely to get to his feet, reaching out, trying to fire back, caught again. And brother, Rich is a sitting duck in this case. The referee trying to do something about it. Tommy Rich still trapped in those ropes as they gave a pile driver to Steve Armstrong. Rich caught. Rich hanging onto those ropes. And he is literally and totally helpless at this time. And they are making mincemeat out of his head. Rich taking a terrible beating. Rich and Steve Armstrong now, of course, they've got a situation. They've had a situation of 2-on-1. Steve Armstrong and Tommy Wildfire Rich being totally and severely beaten by this team. And again, Rich caught, his head reeling and rapidly becoming a total crimson mass. Golden and Fuller unleashing total havoc on this combination. Well, a shout has come up from the crowd. A shout has come up from the crowd. Wait a minute. There's Brad Armstrong, Wildcat Wendell Cooley, Tim Horner, Norvell Austin. They've all charged into the ring. They've called for the bell. And a battered pair, Tommy Wildfire Rich and Steve Armstrong. And let's see if we have an official word from our ring announcer.
Ladies and gentlemen, in the official time of about 10 minutes and 15 seconds, the match has been stopped. Referee's thrown over the top rope. The referee has informed me that he's throwing the match out.
But this is the beginning of a war. I don't give a damn. You boys' heads are gonna roll, if you know what I mean. You don't seem like that damn stud boy can always reach in and bring some fat ass on me out. We don't even know who he is. You're talking about a cutman, Jack. You ain't seen nothing. Bullet Dolan and that piece of slob you got with you. Y'all better be looking out. Because all we want, from now on, we gonna come loaded for fire, Jack. We gotta bring a damn hammer. We gonna bring it. No disqualification, Jack.
Gordon. Gentlemen, war has been declared.
Tell you what, Wildfire, you want to plead the death for it. You got the right man for it, and you got the right man for it. It's me and Georgia that got the greatest cut man of all time,
going to find out. There's no question about that.
Continental Championship Wrestling is indeed the home of the stars, and we're getting for our first match. Let's turn it over to our ring announcer, Mike Jackson.
Ladies and gentlemen, this first action-packed main event match is one fall with a 15-minute time limit. First of all, making their way to the ring, they are the Southeastern Tag Team Champions. They weigh in at a combined weight of 436 pounds. Here are the Nightmares, 1 and 2. And ladies and gentlemen, their opponents for tonight's match also making their way toward ringside. First of all, weighing in at 222 pounds from Miami, Florida, would you welcome Brickhouse Brown? And his partner for tonight's match at 221 pounds from Atlanta, Georgia, here's the popular Nick Patrick. One fall, 15-minute time limit.
Brown and Nick Patrick going up against the Nightmares. The Nightmares, of course, the Southeastern Tag Team Champions, and they are a double tough combination. There's no question about it. The Nightmares give away some size anytime they step in the ring, but they are as clever and as adroit a pair of wrestlers as I have ever seen. Where some athletes suffer occasionally from accretion of the brain, these men do not. They are swift and sure at all times. Nick Patrick, the first one out against the Nightmares. One fall. Brings him off the head. Well, we've gotten literally tons of letters regarding the injuries sustained by Bob Armstrong, and Karen Chambers of Albertville, Alabama, sums it up rather well in her letter. She was shocked, as all we were, and we're hoping that Bob Armstrong does indeed have a speedy recovery. Meanwhile, it's the Nightmare with a side headlock on Brickhouse Brown. Brown in the purple trunks. Good leapfrog by the Nightmare, using his head. Brickhouse Brown, set, ready, full body slam. Brickhouse Brown, and brother, you talk about somebody who is in shape. He is in shape. Collar and elbow, side headlock. Keeping that side headlock, the Nightmare would like to upend him if he can, or break that hold. Drives him into the ropes, fires him off. Good leapfrog by Brown, and good block by Brown on the body slam. Brown retaliates, counters nicely. Well, a tag is made. Let's see if they honor it. No. Complaining to the referee about the tactics. Side headlock by Brown. Now, the Nightmares do not have the tank-like build of... good somersault away, brings him up once again. Another full body slam. Good drop kick, and the Nightmare through the ropes. And the Nightmare coming up rather slowly. Nightmares back in the ring. Again, you know, you never know whether they switch or not. They're very clever about that. Circles this man. We're direct from the Boutwell Auditorium in Birmingham, Alabama. Birmingham, Alabama, truly the gateway to the great Southwest. And the crowd picking up a rhythm here. The Nightmare fires the midsection, fires again. Catches Brickhouse Brown, a series of right hands to the midsection. Reversal by Brown. Brown has him up again. Another full body slam. Brown catches him with a good drop kick coming off the rope. Brown catches him with another drop kick. And the Nightmare again is outside the ring. Nightmares complaining to the referee again about having their trunks pulled, but nothing could be further from the truth. One fall match here on Continental Championship Wrestling, sanctioned by the NWA, the National Wrestling Alliance, which is the oldest and largest sanctioning body of professional wrestling the world over. Any rebroadcast of this telecast without the express permission of Continental Championship Wrestling and the NWA is strictly prohibited. Series of forearms into the side of the rib cage of Brickhouse Brown. Brown fires him off. Went up for a drop kick, and the Nightmare hooked the rope.
5 minutes
Takes the
gone
tag.
in the match.
The second
5
Nightmare
minutes
moves in.
gone.
Brickhouse Brown needs to, at this time, when the tide is turning slightly against him, needs to get over and tag up with Nick Patrick. And the crowd echoing those sentiments. Brown firing to the midsection. They rip across his eyes. They block him from tagging, catch him right at the belt line. Nick Patrick, a study in frustration. Was the tag made? Yes, the tag was made. Nick Patrick in there firing wild right hands. I've said it before about this young fella. He has all of the natural attributes of a great athlete. Good high backdrop by Nick Patrick. He is a rangy young fella. But he is bulking up very nicely, and he is developing a tremendously aggressive attitude. Outside cradle. Almost had him with that outside cradle. Patrick catches him back of the elbow. Moves in on his man once again. Notice how Patrick, if you want to Pier 6 it, he's ready to go with you. He'll go with the best of them. There was an obvious switch. Good move by Patrick, rolling reverse. He may have him here. 1, 2. Caught from behind. He's calling for it. He's calling for it. He had him by the trunks. He had him by the trunks, and they had definitely switched. So that's going to bear some investigation. That will bear some investigation. Now here's the word from our ring announcer.
Ladies and gentlemen, in the time of 7 minutes and 14 seconds, the fall and the match go to the Southeastern Tag Team Champions, the Nightmares.
Well, let's take another look in slow motion, and we'll see exactly what I'm talking about, where he did switch partners and then caught him by the tights and got that illegal advantage. And unfortunately, the referee didn't see it. The count of 3 was told, and so the Nightmares emerged the victors. You know, usually at this segment in our program, we talk about the stars of the NWA and bring you a special feature. Well, of course, as all of you have noticed, I am sure, for the past couple of weeks, Johnny Rich, who had been missing for quite a while, had returned to wrestling action and then suddenly disappeared once again. Well, Johnny Rich was extremely seriously injured. In fact, he was critically injured. Now, certainly, as far as I'm concerned, Johnny Crash Rich, the cousin to Tommy Wildfire Rich, former world heavyweight champion, is certainly one of the rising stars of the NWA. I thought we might just relive a few moments in past time and bring you a segment called Where's Johnny? Let's take a look at Where's Johnny? Johnny Rich out of action. And Tommy Wildfire Rich outside the ring. Tommy Wildfire Rich outside the ring. Southeastern Tag Team Championship on the line. Tommy Wildfire Rich. And brother, he is strictly looking, and he is smashing those flowers and now smashing the face of the Wildfire Rich.
We got some flowers right here. We've been trying to find Johnny Rich, but nobody knows where's Johnny. So we're going to bring these to Tommy Boy right there in Florence. We're going to pass them out, and maybe, you know, maybe you people can gather them all up, and when he goes to the hospital, you can send them to him. You understand?
Rich has him to an inside cradle. Rich got the pinfall. Tommy Wildfire Rich got the pinfall. Tommy Rich got the pinfall on Nightmare number 2. Wait a minute, now he's got both Nightmares to fight. Both Nightmares in there, and Rich battling hard and strong against the 2 Nightmares. Rich facing a battle now. Both Nightmares after him. The Nightmare was pinned. Tommy Rich is the winner. And now the Nightmares wreaking their vengeance on Tommy Wildfire Rich. Off the ropes, they double team him. Rich is down and in trouble. Tommy Wildfire Rich in trouble. The referee calling for the bell. The referee calling for the bell. And now the Nightmares really beginning to punish him. Wait a minute. Somebody just charged the ring. Who went? Wait a minute. That's Johnny Rich. That's Johnny Crash Rich. Johnny Crash Rich and Tommy Wildfire Rich. And brother, are they ripping the daylights out of the Nightmares? He's after the mask. Johnny Rich is after the mask of the Nightmare. He's trying to get that mask off. The Nightmare's slipping away. Gary Brown, our director, stay with the action. Stay with it. He's chasing him all the way out of the building. He's after that mask. Tommy Rich is right after him. And he got it. He got the mask. Tommy Wildfire Rich and Johnny Crash Rich. Boy, what a triumphant return to the squared circle these two have got going for them. And the thousands jamming the Boutwell Auditorium, welcoming Johnny Cash Rich back in action.
Well, as I said, of course, earlier, Johnny Rich has been missing from the ranks for a few weeks, but it's my pleasure to have both Johnny and Tommy Wildfire Rich back tonight as my very special guests here on the stage. And let me bring them out at this time. We just saw the special on Where's Johnny? Well, Johnny is very definitely back with us, along with the Continental Heavyweight Champion, Tommy Wildfire Rich. And Tommy, it looked for a while like maybe Johnny wasn't even going to be around.
Solely, yeah. There's just but one way to show it, and this is the only way.
Well,
this will tell it all. This will tell it all right here, Mr. Solely. This right here, this is what happened to me right here. I want everybody to take a good look at it, because this right here almost cost me my life. I come this close to dying, Mr. Solely, and I want all these people out here to know it, because I'm thankful I'm here. And I just want to say that I'm going to be wherever Continental Wrestling's at, and I'm going to be there ringside or wherever. You never know where I might be. And Nightmares, I'm going to be your worst nightmare, boys. I'm going to...
Well, let me just say this, ladies and gentlemen. Due to the nature of the injuries that Johnny Rich has sustained, due to the very critical nature of it, I really don't think we should go into detail about it at this time. It's a very delicate and a very legal subject. But Tommy, I think you would join me in saying that thank goodness he's back with us.
You know, Gordon, I thank the Lord every day. You know, for about 3 days, Johnny laid in the hospital. He's in intensive care, and it was touch and go. You know, he lost a lot of blood, and I really do. I thank the Lord that he's here, and especially back here in front of all the people in Birmingham. You know, it's hard to keep him down. You know, the doctor, you know, hey, he ain't got the doctor's permission to be out now. But, you know, he loves all these people here. And these people is what make Johnny tick. They're what makes me tick. And just like I said, I thank the Lord that Johnny's here today. And he's going to get it all back together. And he's going to be 110% full time.
Johnny, good luck to you, my friend.
Thank you, people.
Where's Johnny? He's back.
Thank you, Gordon.
Continental Heavyweight Champion, And Tommy, obviously the Flame is very anxious to regain that title.
Somebody say something about the Flame crying the blues because he got beat in his own game. You know, you want a Continental title match, I am the people's champion, Flame, and I'll give you a match anytime you want it. But just don't cry when your stuff backfires on you, Jack.
Well, I'll tell you what, before we talk any further to the Continental Champion, Tommy Wildfire Rich, let's turn it over to Mike Jackson and the Flame in the ring.
You've heard Tommy Rich. Your thoughts on Tommy Wildfire's comments?
I'm a man that has my priorities in order, Tommy Rich. My priorities are to regain Continental title that you stole from me like a low-down thief in the night. The second one is, Tommy Rich, I'm going to take care of you personally and put you out of wrestling. I don't care what type of match it is. Texas death match, loser leave town, any kind of match, you got guts enough to sign.
Back to you, Gordon.
All right, well, Tommy, I know one thing, of course. The NWA World Champion Ric Flair is on his way, and there's another title you want to get back.
Yes, sir, Gordon. That means keeping this Continental title. I want a shot at Flair. This is my stepping stone. So, Flame, any kind of match you want, you bring it on.
Thank you so very much, Tommy Wildfire Rich. Well, I see some other people have gone into the ring now. The Nightmares and Norvell Austin. Once again, let's go back to Mike Jackson.
I'd like to talk to Norvell.
Give me this mic. I know y'all people glad that the dog is back. I come here to wrestle any and everybody. I come to gain some titles. Now y'all give me some respect and sit down. And y'all pointing a search finger. Hey, it's my time to talk, man.
Don't take up all the time, you know.
Well, I want to give you some time. I want these people to know that the dog is back, and I'm glad to be back. And I'm going to kick some booty and take some names.
Oh. That's about enough.
Wait a minute, I ain't through talking. I'm going to give these people a piece of my mind. Like I said, I'm back in full color, baby.
Give me this right here. Hey, we told you, boy, you don't snatch no microphone. There's more people out here besides you. We're the champions, baby.
Give me this mic. I ain't through talking.
Gary, our director, stay with it. Stay with the action. We got a wild and woolly one breaking out here. Norvell Austin and the Nightmares. And, brother, they have gone to Fifth City in a hurry. Hang with the action here. Right there. Salto into a... and it's Norvell Austin turning it around on him. He gets a pile driver. Please, let's stay with the action. Brother Norvell Austin, who wanted to have his say, and he is having his say now. And if you talk about action speaking louder than words, that's exactly what's going on here. Norvell Austin with stinging lefts and rights. One to the midsection. Wait a minute. We've got the ring filling up now. There's that looks like Bill Ash coming in there. And Norvell Austin dropped in the center of the ring. Bill Ash taking after him. Let's stay with the action here. Let's stay with it. Let's not cut away. Ash coming off the ropes and Austin in trouble. Norvell Austin caught again by all three of them now. One man against three. And there's no way that any one person can stand up to three, that is for sure. The Nightmares have become exactly that to Norvell Austin at this point in time. And a series of stinging blows to Austin now drives him back to the canvas once again. Norvell Austin back to his feet in the Nightmares again. More punishment. Well, with 3-on-1. 3-on-1, and that is indeed, those are bad odds. Wait a minute. Roddy Welch just charged in there. Roy Lee Welch just charged in there after it, and they've got Norvell Austin up. Double suplex. And we're going to have to get some kind of order restored here, but let's stay with the action. Norvell Austin taking a tremendous beating. Meanwhile, Ash and Roy Lee Welch battling it out outside the ring. And it's Norvell. Norvell Austin getting, and now we got Brickhouse Brown out there. Brickhouse Brown and Norvell Austin. And they're battling it out side by side against the Nightmares. And the Nightmares beginning to face the strength, the power of this combination. And so, Norvell Austin and Brickhouse Brown standing alone in the ring as the Nightmares decide that discretion is the better part of valor, and it's time to leave and perhaps come back another day. And here are two men. Well, let's see what happens. Do they or don't they? Well, there was some mutual respect here. And we may be seeing some wrestling history in the making here. These two men have never been close or friends at all, but they suddenly found themselves fighting a common foe. And, well, you can see both men very cautious of each other. Both of them recognize the tremendous power of the other one. And they do shake hands. Well, we may have seen a new bond forged here tonight at Boutwell Auditorium. Norvell Austin and Brickhouse Brown finding themselves fighting back-to-back against a common opponent. And certainly that was something to see indeed. And the Nightmares may have some nightmares in store for them in the very near future.